Hey folks, it's me, Justin from CamModelAgency.com, and I just want to offer a few tips for new webcam models. These tips are universal, but they're not required, if that makes sense. Your platform might have the names of some things might be different. For instance, this is coming from the experience and the knowledge of Chatterbait, where somebody, a gray name is one that doesn't have any tokens on their account. They've never bought tokens. They're a free viewer. So the language might change depending on your platform. And also, if you disagree with one of these tips, you don't have to apply it. You take what you like, add it to your toolbox, apply it. If it works, it works. Otherwise, do what you were doing. And Cam Model Agency is not a studio. It's a marketing agency. We build websites, do SEO. We set up e-commerce so models can sell their pictures and clips on their own website, and do email marketing and kind of just a full service marketing agency specifically for adult performers. So let's get into it. First things first, you want to get good hardware, because odds are, depending on the model you have, your laptop's built-in webcam sucks. It's just absolutely terrible. So invest in an HD webcam. They're under $200. Back in 2016, I was using a C920, Logitech C920. It was $70. I think nowadays they're about $130, depending on where you get them. But that is a solid webcam. I still use it today. It's still working 4 years later. It's a great webcam. It's recommended on a lot of different websites. It works. Once you kind of establish your webcam, if you need, lighting, get lighting. I'm not an expert on lighting. I'm not a videographer. I don't have the box lights with the diffusers and all that. But if you want to invest in something like that, go for it. It's just going to make your stream so much better when there's proper lighting, because your stream's just going to be much higher quality. And another tip is to hardwire your computer if possible. Get an Ethernet cable or a cord and just plug it in. It's going to provide consistency with your connection, your stream. There won't be any crazy drops in your upload. It adds that extra kind of safeguard, so you just have a better stream overall. Next group of tips I'm going to offer is to try to stick to a schedule if you can, because being consistent is going to build your followers and your viewers. When you say, I'm going to be camming, Friday from 6 to 8 p.m., you're going to have people that are going to be there waiting at 6 p.m., waiting for you to come online. They'll get the notification. They're already waiting for you. That's what you want. And from having a large group of followers, you're going to build a group of regulars. And those are the people that are always going to be chatting, always going to be tipping very well, going to keep the dirt bags at bay because they'll call them out on their bullshit. They're going to be your core group of fans that you're going to make the majority of your money from. And if you can, try to recognize your regulars and interact with them on a more one-to-one basis. Not so much as going private and only talking to them, but if Horny Dude 69 brings up that he has to get his car fixed, in a week ask him how his car's going, or ask him how his car's performing. Small shit like that really adds to your value as a model, because modeling's like 35% sexual and nudity, and like 65% interpersonal communication. A lot of the viewers just kind of want someone to talk to or interact with. They kind of want the girlfriend experience or boyfriend experience, so to speak. So recognize your followers, or your regulars at least. And again, if you can't remember what Joe Blow 42 said, write it down, and just write down I got to ask him about that, because that's how you build a fucking following. Next tip is to be quick with blocking. Okay, you don't know anyone, anything, so don't take shit from anyone. If somebody comes in and says some shit you don't like and they're not spending any money, block them, report them, get them out of there, ban them entirely. And remember, money talks and bullshit walks. Okay? If somebody says, I will tip X if you do Y, no, that's not how this works. You ask me about it, I say the price, you tip it, I do it. If not, beat it. And additionally, once you kind of start getting those regular people with money to spend, block the grays. And for those outside of the Chatterbait ecosystem, grays are the people that have a free account. They don't have any tokens on their account. They haven't spent any money. So just might as well block them, get it over with, leave them. Like, they're freeloaders. If anything, it is, if they want to communicate with you, they want to send a message, and incentivizes them to spend money. That way they can spend money on you. Next tip is to get social. Engage with your chat. Unless you are at the point where you can just sit there and look pretty, don't think that your good looks are gonna get you far as a new performer. Engage with the chat. Like I said earlier, it's like 65% interpersonal communications, not entirely the girlfriend or boyfriend experience, but some level of communication going on that fans are looking for. Additionally, set up your social media. Unless you're 100%, full throttle, I'm going to be an adult performer, set up a whole different social media account for your performing name. Your Twitter and Instagram are probably the biggest. I can't reiterate enough. Set up a new profile. Don't use the same name that you use already for your model name, because it's as easy as doing a Google search of your model name to find your real information, where you live, what city. It's set up new shit. Just set up new shit. Bottom line. But when you do, like I said, people are going to be Googling your name. They're going to find, your Twitter account, your Instagram. They're going to follow. You can easily promote when you're going live on stream, other offers you have, which I'll talk about next. And it's just a great way to actually communicate off the platform, outside the platform, and actually use it to communicate with your fans. Again, unless you're at the point where you can have a one-way conversation in that you're just the one self-promoting. If you're in the beginning stage, you want to still kind of build that first core group of fans that are, your ride or dies. So interact with them. You don't need to, give them your phone number and talk to them on the phone. But if they comment on a picture you post on Twitter, just respond. Thanks, babe. Thanks, hon. It's simple shit like that goes a really long way. And, just because this is what we do, maybe get a website. So when people do search your name, they end up on your website instead of, website X that steals content. We don't want that. Last kind of group of tips here is all about money. The first tip, I think a lot of people will agree with. The second two may be a little controversial for some people. They may disagree, whatever. The first tip is to save your money. Don't think that, if you're used to making $3,000-$4,000 a month and in 1 month you make $10,000, don't think $10,000 is the new norm. Don't think it's a new baseline. It happens a few months in a row. All right, then we're talking. But don't think that, I made $10,000 this month. I'm going to make $10,000 next month. You may find that is simply an anomaly. For whatever reasons, somebody, it might have been your birthday and your biggest fans that you've been talking to for a few months, they wanted to get you something nice, So save your money. And also, don't forget about taxes. You got to pay self-employment taxes, which work a little bit different than, normal taxes. Odds are you're going to have to pay in. I'm not a accountant or a tax professional, so I'm not going to go into detail about this, but just make sure to save your money. And these next two tips they might be a little controversial for some people, but the next one is to branch off from only doing cam shows. When you really think about it, a cam show is like having a job. It's like just having a regular job. Not okay. Let me rephrase this. It's not like having a regular job, but it is like having a job in that the hours you put in equals the money you get out. It's not going to be a consistent, hourly job or a salary job, but if you're not working, you're not making money. Well, if you start selling, picture packages or clips, that's a way that you can make money when you're not doing cam shows. Or if you have a monthly subscription type service like a Is My Girl account or Is My Guy account or an OnlyFans, that's a way that you can diversify your income and also make money when you're not working. So big plus to that. Downside, I guess, is it's more work. It's more managing, which, again, it can be beneficial, but some people just don't want to do all that. So that's why I kind of say could be a little controversial. And the last tip is, and this one may be also, don't be blinded by short-term money. Just one big example that I see time and time again with new models is when you're new model on most platforms, they'll give you like a little tag on your profile saying new. And time again, I see brand new models that have thousands of viewers. It's their first day stream, second day stream. They have thousands, 3,000-4,000 viewers in their room. And instead of interacting to those and performing to those 4,000 viewers, they go private, and they might make $150 in that few minute time span, but those 4,000 viewers now dwindled to about 400. So yes, initially they made more money, but in the long term they lost out on more people, for a lack of better words, being exposed to their brand. So you really have to think, like, do I need the money now, or am I looking for a long-term, solution, long-term game plan with this? Again, that might be controversial. Some people probably have a lot of good experiences, taking things private or their first when they're still new. Some people probably have terrible experiences. It's one of those things I see time and time again. It's just a matter of what you're thinking. Do you need the money today, or do you want to have, more fans in the long run? You want $150 today or $100 a month, whatever. So I don't know. That's a little bit controversial. Again, it's based off experience. It's based off of just what I've seen so many times. So those are a few tips I got. I think it comes out to like 10 if you break it down individually, but just a few tips for new cam models. So thanks. Go to cammodelagency.com. Check out what we got over there, and we will talk soon. Peace.